hidden waterfall in the middle of San Diego. Let's go find it. So I'm over here at a place called Los Peñasquitos Canyon, and this is the Black Mountain Road entry, and I'll kind of give you a little shot here, map on where I'm actually going. Now the whole trip, round trip, is about 6 miles, but take a look at this map. Okay, so here is the canyon, and this is where I'm at right there. I'll kind of zoom it in just a little bit more, and I'm going to be hiking along this road here, road trail, until I hit the waterfall, and that is my destination. So it's going to be a little good trip. I was just here actually about a week ago, and I was exploring this old ranch, which is about maybe about a half a mile in. So that wasn't that far, but I did want to do is make that falls. And here is the entrance to the trail. See how beautiful it is. And it's on a weekday morning, so it's going to be a little bit quieter along the way, I believe. So I thought I'd get a little early morning start here. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and have some fun. But before, I'll kind of show you what I carry in my backpack. That way you have an idea what I carry for these long hikes. So let's go take a look. Okay, I'll give you a quick rundown on what kind of stuff that I'm carrying out there. Just a little bit of a backpack. I have this thing called a Camelback backpack. I've had it for a number of years, since my team years in fact, and it's really nice, compact, and especially for short hikes like this, you know, it's roughly a day pack. I've got some Quick Clot. Those are really good for any type of you know, puncture wound you get, cuts, and it just stops the bleeding immediately. So always a must. So I got a couple of those with some gauze, and obviously I have some band-aids, you know, and some ointment there for cuts. A must-have is a tourniquet. I carry this everywhere I go. Even when I'm out in the city, I'll carry this thing, and it's a lifesaver. I mean, if you're out there and you know you need to stop the bleeding, and you have that gets really critical, you got to do something about it real fast. And remember, really important is learn how to use it. And I've used this a few times, not on myself, but on other people, and it's a lifesaver. So check it out, read about it, and of course a knife and some water, and I got some you know, some sunscreen. Now on long hikes like this, I like to wear long pants right here. And obviously I got my sun hat on today. Normally don't like to wear a ball cap out there, especially when I get the sun beating down, and just kind of makes it a little bit more comfortable. But time to get going on this hike. Okay, for curiosity reasons, I'm starting this walk off with about 8,300 steps, and is 9:15, and we'll check to see how many steps it took to get to the falls. So kind of like a little thing to keep in mind. So let's get started. Look how beautiful it is. Right here at the beginning. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and I brought this up last time I was here, is your biggest threat is rattlesnakes. So you don't want to get bit by one of those guys. I did find one on a walk about a little over a week ago when I was over at Torrey Pines beach loop, and he was pretty good size. But if you stay on the main road, the main path, you're pretty safe. But when you start wandering out, like in here, that's where you run into snake problems. Now this is also a very popular area for horseback riding, as you can see right here. A lot of mountain bikers, obviously hikers, so it's pretty popular. Now during the weekday, like I'm on now, might be a little bit light on the traffic, which is fine with me. You can actually hike from one side of this canyon to the other. It'll bring you out to a place called Sorrento Valley, and that is about 5 miles from one point to the other. So either way, I mean, San Diego has got a lot of nice areas to hike around. Up there, you got some houses that overlook the canyon. That is in a place called Mira Mesa. So you got kind of like Mira Mesa and Peñasquitos, you know, right on the borderline. And this canyon kind of runs right through the middle of it. What I like here is there's parts of this that kind of turns into like a little bit of a canopy. Get away from the sun a little bit. This is where I was last Saturday. I went to this place called the Ranch House, and that is a really cool visit there because it's one of the oldest ranches in San Diego, and it was really interesting to visit and see some of the early ways that they they used for farming back then and what they used in the ranch. Now they even have the mileage right here, so I got 2.8 miles to go, and they even, you know, of course, keep the map going right there for you. So that would be down this way for the ranch house. It's easy because you can just see that that painted hydrant over there in that neon green. So we have about rounded off to 3 miles to get to the falls. Eichar's grave. Also got a horseback rider over there. First one I've seen. So I'll show you this. Okay, so here is his gravesite. You see right there. August 7, 1825. Died in January 6, 1882. So rest in peace there, sir. Just thought I'd stop by on the way. And it's not very far away from that ranch house that I was at. Now, one thing about being out here is it's really, really peaceful, tranquil. You get kind of away from, you know, the city area, and you can really lose yourself out here, especially during the week, obviously. I mean, I just have to stop sometime and just listen, and you can hear the wildlife that's around. Like right here, you see this kind of a natural canopy, just the way the trees are. Just amazing how that they just kind of grow into each other there. Now there is a little path on the side on parts of this that you can walk, although I'm gonna stick to the main road here. I don't really want to go too sidetracked. See some of these old trees, and you know, you can almost guess on how old this tree is. And when you look at the base of it, you know, obviously when you cut that thing in half, you're going to see the little rings, and you count those rings and it's going to give you the age of the tree. And just by looking at that tree, it's probably about 150 years old. Now I think one thing about this canyon area, during the winter time when you get a lot of rain, they generally close it down because it really gets flooded around here. So for that case, it's pretty much a summer and spring. Just look at that tree right there. Look at the base. And I bet you if you cut that, I would say 175 years old. And I'd be awful close. Yeah. See the base of that, you tell the termites have definitely done some damage to this tree right here. You can see when there's a lot of water on how it kind of sinks it in a little bit here, just by the rocky areas. Look at this, see? You can tell this is nothing but a miniature river. During the heavy rains. And yes, it does rain pretty heavy here in San Diego. And the rainy season generally starts around December, sometimes early as November, and goes till about March. And some of those rains will last 2 or 3 days. You know, not like monsoon rains like you would get over in Southeast Asia, but pretty good amount of rainfall does come around here around that time of year. Although some years are lighter than others, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent. I'm going to show you this right here. And you can see the rings in this tree, right? And that's what I mean, is these are the little rings that you're going to count all the way in, say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so forth, all the way till you get to the center. And then it'll give you an idea on how old that tree is. Okay, so I hit the first sign right here. Got 1 mile in, 1.8 to go. Just rounded off to 2. Still making good time. Bet you don't know what this is. This is a palm tree. See it? Look how beautiful it is. It's gonna be really big. Just a small little offshoot. More canopy walk inside. Got some horses right behind me on the trail. Got a lot of little palm trees right there in the distance. Just another stop to observe how beautiful it is, how peaceful. There's another threat out here you got to be advised, and that is mountain lions, and they are here. Now, I have not run into one on any of my hikes, but just be aware that they are present out in these canyons here in San Diego. But I think the bigger threat is the rattlesnake. Once again, that's what you have to be concerned with, because there's a lot more of them than the mountain lion. Kind of opening up here in the canyon a little bit. Okay, just hit another landmark right here. I'm at Carson's Crossing. There's the sign right there. That's my progress, and I have about a mile to go coming from Black Mountain. So I've covered about 2.5 miles. So truck on. Feels good. Making pretty good time too. It's taken me about an hour to get to this point, because I got some mountain bikers going by. I started roughly around 9:15 and it is now 10:15. So 2 hours to cover 2.5 miles. Not bad. Belay that. 1 hour to cover 2.5 miles, or 2.4, you know, just round it off. It's close enough, right? What am I thinking? It's very easy too. I mean, there's no hills involved. That is the first mountain bikers I've seen since I've been out here. Another sign right there, South Trail. They keep it really well marked so you don't get confused. You know, there's one thing I also carry with me, I forgot to mention it, I think I did, is a compass. I carry this with me everywhere I go, even when I'm out in the public. It's very handy. I'm very good at navigation. That was one of my things that I used to love doing in my frogman days, is navigate. And it is a very critical skill. I used to love it. Long humps through stuff like this, and back then you didn't have any marked roads. You were just going through basically thick vegetation to get from point A to point B. And they were long ones too, 15, 20 milers. And you had to hit all these points. Very challenging and stressful at the same time, because you only had a certain amount of time to get from one point to the other. Oh, what do you got there? It's a deer. Yeah, there it is. He sees me. All right. It's the first wildlife I've seen. Looks like he's seen people before, because he's not, you know, too scared. Just minding his own business. I thought I saw some deer crap on the road. I mean, I could be wrong. That could be fox, coyote. And coyotes are out here also. But they're generally more afraid of you. Pomegranate tree right here. See that? Very edible fruit. Although there's only a couple of them on it. Looks like it's a little underwatered. Let's see out here, because we really have not had that much rain. If you listen carefully enough, you can hear it. The falls is just up ahead. Here you go. Okay, we've made it to almost the waterfall right here. Just right around the corner. This way. See how big this thing is. It's not a big roaring waterfall, but interesting. Here it is. Let's go check it out. There's actually another trail that leads up to this falls area. I think those folks are on one up there. But it took, I'll show you how long it took me to get here. Once I get down here. Is. Right. Got some other folks here. Question I started with is how long did it take to get here? It took about 8,000 steps and an hour and 20 minutes to walk to this location. Now I'm just kind of walking around here making the best of it, but well worth the hike. Finding a secret waterfall right here in the middle of San Diego. Here it is. And tell me what you think of it. Okay, so time to head back to Black Mountain Road. That was really cool. They got everything right here. Here's a sign right here. So if you ever come up here, remember I think I said in the beginning that you could walk all the way to Sereno Valley Boulevard. Keep going. That's probably about another, I would say 2 miles to go. You got Carson's Crossing where I'm heading back to. So back, reverse route, and we'll see how long it takes us. I'm at 15,950 and it is 10:53, so remember those numbers. So is it worth going to the falls here? 8,000 steps. Yes, it is. This is one of the rare areas in San Diego that you can actually find something like this nearby without going too far. And the trail is very easy to take. I think I'll go down this one, and this will bring me right back to the road again. Actually, I came up this road, but I'll go down here, which will connect me back. So a little bit off track, but not too much. Brings me in the relative direction. Now once I got there, there was about 4 or 5 people already, And those are people also coming from the Sorrento Valley Road area. So everybody kind of congregates right there. So there's a, you know, different trail systems that'll bring you to that location. See, what I like about this is you get more of a trail back than taking the road. So the trail is actually right next to it. Give you some path action here. See that creek bed that eventually goes up to that falls that I was just at. And I think I'm coming back to the main road. Riders right here. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, Carson Crossing, Black Mountain Road, 2.4, right there. I'm actually going to ride the trail for a while, or walk the trail, instead of taking the road. Okay, going from open area right here, back inside the trail. Just want to show you around here just a little bit. Very nice. So peaceful once again. And inside, some shade canopy. Okay, another sign checkup on my way back. This is the Peñasquitos Creek Park Crossing. So we're making progress. Really putting some steps in today. See, what am I at now? I am at 20,264. So almost 6,000 steps since I left. Made it back to the, this is the ranch house crossing. Right there. 2.8 to the waterfall, or round it up to 3 miles. So we're almost back to the parking lot. Actually making really good progress. 10:53, and it's now 11:53. So an hour to get there. So a little bit faster so far coming back. Okay, back to where I started from. I'll give you a rundown on how many steps to the falls round trip. It was a little over 15,000 steps, and it took about just under 3 hours. And once again, I'll show you where I'm at. I'm back at the Black Mountain parking area, and I hiked along this road here all the way to the falls, and I hung out there for about maybe a little under 30 minutes, and then made my way back. I hit this trail right there, and then pretty much took the road coming all the way back here. So all in all, a really good hike, and that is your secret falls out here in San Diego. So thank you very much for following along my vlog. Now it's time to go home, kind of water down a little bit, and call it a day. So see ya.